it? How close is it? We're not that close. We're not that close. All right. Hey, gorgeous ones. So I just wanted to talk about something because you know I like to talk about the tea. Y'all know I like to talk about the tea. So let's talk about a little tea today. I wanted to talk about this whole thing, and I know I'm kind of a little late to the table, to the party, but I wanted to like really thoroughly think about it. And I wanted to talk about Miss Kylie Cosmetics, Miss Kylie Jenner, and her self-made status. Let's talk about that. Let's just talk about it. So if y'all would like to really hear what I think about it, what I have to say about it, because I have a few things to say. What's going on with my dress? All right, let's get going and get to it. We just be right. Just don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so let's talk about Kylie. I had to go and finish reading the Forbes magazine article and everything. And so let's just talk about a few things. Now, first off, they say she's self-made. Is she self-made? Yes, she is, from the literal sense of the word, which is you invest your own money and you create something and it blows up and you made it. So she did make it. I'm not going to say that she did not. However, let's just talk about it from the grand scheme of things. She is a child of privilege. She comes from a very famous family. She has grown up under the spotlight. And let's just be honest, Kris Jenner is a marketing genius when it comes to her family. She took the lemons of Kim Kardashian's sex tape with Ray J and created an empire. Not just lemonade. She has created an empire. She has created a cash cow from those lemons. And it has trickled to every one of them that chooses to do something. And does it, and I'm sorry, just follows after what she says. Now, not every venture they have tried has worked. Matter of fact, Kylie's is pretty much the very first one that really worked. The other things they've done has been like, they had some, y'all remember they had some clothes at Sears? Well, we see where Sears is. You know, they've had Kim KKW had a line before here, didn't do well. I think they've had perfumes and all this other stuff, but Kylie is the one who actually created you know, an empire on her, with her social media. So I'm not going to take that away from her. But what I don't like is this whole she's self-made, you know, she did it all on her own. No, she did not. When you think of self-made, and I think it takes away from so many people who are working hard, you know, without those privileges. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's just break this down. Number one, she comes from the Jenner Kardashian crew, which, once again, Kris Jenner had already created an empire. They know how to use social media, and social media has been their friend. So she already had her fan base before she did anything. Before she did anything, you know, they had created her fan base. Now, she took $250,000 of her own money from her modeling gigs. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. If her name wasn't Kylie Jenner, would she have generated that much money as a model? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I really don't. There are too many models out there. There are too many women hustling. There are too many people who are not having $250,000 that they can just invest into a company at what, 19 years old? No, she had the money from being on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She's, you know, so when she walked into modeling, her name value was already there. So she got work that an average girl who's pretty as her, who has the same type of body style, all of those throw it in the mix, would just be like, wow, you know, like Naomi Campbell or any of them when they were young. And there was only a few of those based on they were working their asses off. You know, they have been in modeling for a while. They have been working, and then they got their name out there. When she became a model, she was Kylie Jenner. So automatically, oh, Kylie Jenner. And let's just be real. They all got work. I mean, she's 20, about to be 21. And she's had more work than a lot of folks my age. So, you know, so yeah, okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And what I think it does is it takes away from the people who really work hard to get to be successful. You know, they're talking about Mark Zuckerberg and everybody who's young and make these money. Mark Zuckerberg worked his ass off. You know, he was one of the creators of Facebook. You know what I'm saying? This dress, I love it because it's got this little peasanty look. This is always kind of a cute little look. But the something's going on right there. I need a little more ruffle. What do y'all think? Okay, but anyway, I digressed for a second. But yeah, so the whole self-made is not like, and then say, oh, when they got with this company, which we all know they got with ColourPop, they got with the same company ColourPop did. And when you read it, of course, she was able to generate so much money quick enough because she was able to put that money in, and she worked with the company that does ColourPop, which, okay, if you read it, it's not like they're doing anything different. They already have the way to make those colors come out. So all she's doing is going in and say, yeah, I want that color. They're giving her a range of colors. Let's just be honest. They're giving her a range of colors, and then they're picking them out and they're putting them out there. So this isn't like other people who are developing products and working hard at developing a product, developing the colors, working with the lab, all those things that other companies do. They took the fast track. Not mad at them for taking the fast track, but they took the fast track when it came to the business of makeup. Now, I will say this. I love the fact that they came out with lip kits. That was brilliant because they didn't try to do eyeshadows or anything, because eyeshadows are hard to sell. You can only do this, but by doing lip kits, you can bring out a range of colors and boom, you're done, you know, and then you can sell out. Now, some things that, wait a minute, I think my aloe vera is about to sprout a baby aloe vera. Okay, I'm sorry, I got all excited. I just got sidetracked. Let's go back. Okay, now let's just talk about a few things about the revenue of it. And they say 900 million. Here's a few things. If you read the Forbes magazine article, it's very telling, which is about some of the things that I said already. Now, the majority of the money that they have made was in those first 18 months, because we know Kylie was selling out, Kylie was selling out, Kylie was selling out. Everybody was buying it. But as I've said, sales are down. Sales are down. And I just read on there in 2017, they only made, there was only a 7% increase in sales, which based on how they were growing, is a serious drop in sales. You know, you could see maybe, you know, doing 20% or 30%, and it had been a drop from where they were, because of course they only had one way to go, which was up or down. Chicago interlude, y'all. Because they have not been doing anything all morning, and then I decide to film. This a long one too. Could y'all shut up? Could y'all shut up? Could y'all shut up? Okay, I think we're done. Okay, so anyway, I apologize, but you know what? This is all about the Lulu realness, and so you have the Chicago interludes. It is where I live. I live in an urban area. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. If I stop filming every time these damn things come through, it will take me hours to get shit chopped up together. So anyway, let's go back to that. So you know, their growth was only 7%. And now Kris Jenner has come out and said, oh, we're doing much better than we did last year. Okay, let's look at this stuff, y'all. They're not selling out like they used to. These collections are not selling out. And people are becoming more honest about their reviews of them. You know, at first it was everybody's like, oh, I love Kylie Cosmetics. Oh, Kylie Cosmetics. You had some people saying some stuff about them, but the overall was like the big ones, influencers, like, oh, Kylie's kind of cute. We like it. But other than Jay Starr, because we know he talked about them from the giddy up. But what I'm saying is that now people are being more honest about the company themselves, not just, and I'm talking about the regular consumer. People, you know, the reality is that her fan base is very young, and now they're getting a little bit older, and there's new and pretty and shinier things coming out. So Kylie is not going to be the it thing to get anymore. They're going to be getting some other people. And so now, like Kris Jenner was saying that in the article, oh, well, you know, our sales are better than they were last year. But of course, no one can verify that because they're a private company. Wink, wink. And here's how you make your sales better. You limit your supply. So of course it makes your sales look better. If your supply is here, of course your sales are going to look a little better, because, well, we only had last time we had 100,000 units. Now we only going to have 60,000. But they're still not selling out. You know, first time Kylie was just selling out. Yeah, okay, well, her summer collection ain't sold. The stuff is not selling out. And as I said, I read in another article that they said that Kris, who of course we know is running this, let's be real, and I ain't mad at her. Kris said that it would be wonderful, you know, for them to be able to sell the company. So make no mistake, to a larger company. It's like Estee Lauder. Didn't I say Estee Lauder? Didn't I say Estee Lauder? Y'all need to listen to me sometimes. So make no mistake, the company is being, you know, and listen, I am not going to discount the success of Kylie Cosmetics. I would never do that. But the hyperbole that goes along with the Jenners and the Kardashians and how they put themselves out is annoying. See, I would have more respect for that Forbes article. She said, no, I am lucky enough to be a child of privilege, and I took my privilege and used it. See, because that's the real reality. There are too many people who are out here with brands and everything that are struggling to make that money, struggling to do this, but they don't have the ability, but they don't have the markets, the fan base that they had just because of their name. So for me, that whole self-made irritates me. And I know it irritates a lot of people. And I'm not going to go into the Fenty line or the Pat McGrath line and say that these women are selling just as much, because of course there are there's some differences in in what's happening. But also let's remember this. They're talking about a valuation. That doesn't mean Kylie has $900 million right now. Oh, she's got hundreds of millions, but there's costing involved. So they're talking about the revenues. Just the revenues should go to this. And the $1 billion they were talking about, honestly, from forecasting of last year, which doesn't take into account how things are going to go this year, is that they will probably get to $1 billion by 2020 or 2022. So I want us to, like, and honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit longer than that, because there are some drastic reductions in sales. You know, I don't think they're going to be selling, ooh, child, it's hot out here. They're going to be selling as well as they have been, because the novelty has worn off. And pretty much that was a novelty company that is now has to figure out how to create a real company that is going to be sustainable. So we're going to see how that works. But that self-taught, that self-made, yeah, she had her own money. But if her name wasn't Kylie Jenner, no, it wouldn't have been that easy at all. Now, let me say this at the end, is that I don't discount her making her money. I'm not mad because she is making her money. Will I ever buy Kylie Cosmetics? Nope. But I don't like the story and the way it's being put out there, because it discounts so many hardworking people who are truly self-made, because they're coming from ground zero without all of these things that are already in place that she has. And I think that it discounts the people who work hard to get where they are, and to make the money that they have, and to put these things out, especially when it comes down to these indie makeup brands, because there's a lot of people out there working their asses off with small indie brands trying to, you know, struggle and make it, and some aren't making it, and some, you know, luckily are getting the recognition like Juvia's Place and things, but they put their last dollars in it. They put every sweat. See, here's the difference. Real self-made people don't sleep. They don't get to do vacations. They don't get to live this glamorous life while they're making all this money, while they create a company and it just blows up. No, they work hard. They live that company. They live that dream, and it's truly a dream for them. So I think that that discounts and takes away so much from so many people who work so hard at whatever craft they did to get where they are, especially when it comes to business. And then it also lends itself to younger women who are her fans feeling that they're not enough, because based on who she is and how quickly she made this money, when it doesn't happen like that most of the time. If you have a lucky moment and it just blows up, it does. But in reality, it really doesn't. And I think that, you know, it creates this feeling of inferiority or never enough, because you can't make that happen. You know, these young girls can't blow up like that on Instagram. They can't do those things, you know, as quickly because they're not Kylie Jenner. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave any comments, your thoughts on this subject, you know, whatever you want to say, you know, leave me a comment about it. And if you're new and you've made it this far, don't be rude. Don't be rude. You go ahead and just go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your way out, because it's the polite thing to do when you visit someone's YouTube channel. All right, it's your Lulu. May you be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free.